This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to today's show. Today we're celebrating excellence and on the national stage, in fact, and right here in Waco, Dr. Heidi Hornik, who is a professor of art history and chair of the Department of Art and Art History at Baylor University, has just been named one of the Big 12 Conference Faculty of the Year honorees. It's an award that recognizes one outstanding faculty member from each university across the conference for excellence in innovation, research, and impact. And it is a fitting honor for my guest today, someone whose career has spanned decades of teaching, global scholarship, and mentorship. From her early days as an NCAA swimmer at Cornell University to becoming an internationally recognized expert in Renaissance art, Dr. Hornik has built a life rooted in discipline, curiosity, and a deep commitment to her students. And it's exciting to have you here, Heidi. We did 2018 when you came on the TV show when we talked about your book, your new book at the time, The Art of Christian Reflection. And it's just been a joy to pull this out and start reading again your wonderful research and the way you just open up the world of sacred art to us. But it's a delight to recognize this big honor. Now let me get this right. You were named Baylor's Cornelia Marshall Smith Professor of the Year.
Yes.
That's one of the university's highest honors. And when I saw that press release come out, I went, oh, Heidi, okay, got to get you here.
Well, thank you. It's so nice to be back. And as always, just to visit with you and talk about what's going on, both here with you and in Waco. So yeah, it's been a big year. I'm very honored and very humbled. Cornelia Marshall Smith was a very famous biology professor, and the award, of course, is named after her. And it's a recognition of teaching and scholarship, but also service to the university. So this is actually I'm finishing my 36th year, Anne.
So you started teaching at Baylor at 12.
Yeah, right.
That's how you were a prodigy.
Yes, it's been wonderful, but so many changes since 1990.
I'm sure.
And all good. You know, Baylor has really progressed, and the Big 12 is part of that progression. So then to be nominated from Baylor as Baylor's representative, and I think there's 16 in the Big 12 now.
Yeah.
That was
math wasn't their strong suit, but anyway, it's okay.
But and that's focused mainly on research. But I love that the arts were represented.
Yes.
You know, that was unexpected and fun.
Yeah. Well, this recognition is wonderful, and kudos to you, and well deserved for sure. But we want to talk about your approach to scholarship and leadership and why art history matters in this modern world today.
Well, you mentioned that the Art of Christian Reflection book is from 2018. That's actually the reason I was invited to do this lecture series I mentioned in New Zealand.
Okay, this is going to be a big deal. This is coming up this summer.
It is. It's 1 week at the University of Otago, and I'm teaching art and theology. And it's an intensive seminar all day long for 5 days, and each day is going to center on a different book that I've written.
Okay.
So,
and you've written 7 now.
Yes. And 4 of those were co-authored with Michael Parsons, who is a biblical scholar and also my husband.
Yes.
So, his expertise is Luke. So one of as you know, the trilogy is on Luke. And then Michele Tozzini is my expertise in art history. So, but I think really the impetus was the director, Professor Murray Ray, got a hold of the Art of Christian Reflection. So even 6-7 years later, it's still getting a lot of mileage and people enjoy it. And
well, the scholarship is so amazing. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful. Yeah.
And it's easy to read too, because
I
you can,
know.
you can just kind of pick up, it's arranged
Although I have to
thematically.
say now, looking at the little, you have the painting, you reference it. Now I need a magnifying glass. But that's a personal problem.
Well, there you go. And at least the
First
pages
time
are
I had it,
nice
I
and
could see it.
smooth. Yes. It's great quality. Baylor University Press did a great job
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
they
page
did.
quality.
They
And it's
did,
thick
but-
and the color's good. So even if you can't read the tiny little words underneath the picture, it's still a lot of fun. And yeah, because it's thematic, you can pick it up and say, oh, okay, this is still of interest to me now. So it doesn't get dated as much as maybe other books. But, I am a historian, so everything I deal with is usually been done before or done earlier.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Tosini, right?
Mhm.
What kind of drew you to that particular artist as a one
Well-
to focus and become a true expert on?
Well, thank you for that question. I still love that question. It was actually a graduate school seminar
Really?
in 1985 at Penn State.
Okay.
Yes, you mentioned Cornell, and then I continued on my master's and PhD at Penn State. And there was an exhibition at the Palmer Museum of Art on campus, and the seminar, led by Dr. Barbara Wish, assigned us each a painting to research. And I started this one, Madonna and Child with St. John the Baptist by Tosini, and it just kept growing. It was a seminar paper and then a master's thesis, and I went over summer of '87 to do the master's thesis research, and I realized there's really a lot here.
And where is the painting? Where's the original?
That painting was bought by Palmer, not the
Oh,
first
okay.
round, but it
Okay.
eventually, it was owned at that time by the Piero Corsini Gallery out of New York City.
Okay.
And we had an alum, Mary Jane Harris, who's connected to this gallery, who really wanted to get those works to State College. And
Yeah.
so it was a wonderful opportunity. And then the Friends of the Museum were able to buy it a couple years later. So they brought me back to speak about it, and that was very exciting. So yes, so the impetus for all this and the painting that started it all, if you will, is now at Penn State. But so that just kind of started the dissertation, which, as you know, is usually a 2-year project.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I spent a year in Florence in the archives, which is like needle in the haystack kind of work, Anne, because
Really?
you just don't know the documents you get. So you have to just read them and read them. So you think 16th century handwritten documents that
In a foreign language.
And so it's not tedious, but certainly you got to love what you're doing because it takes a while. And sure enough, that February of 1989, they were moving the archives, because you'll remember there was a major flood in Florence in the mid 60s. And so the books were all the documents were still being under restoration 20 years later.
Yeah.
And they had just built a new Archivio di Stato, a new state archive. So the books had arrived, the notary books. I knew I wanted a notary because I was looking for his last will and testament. So that's the story. And sure enough, there was a librarian, an archivist, who said, well, everything from 1570 to 1575 is in there. And usually you can only get 5 pieces a day, 5 documents a day.
Right. They parse them out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so there was a little room with all of these books. So I just sat there pretty much the month of February and March, but I did find his last will and testament. And that told me all about his family and his what parish he was in. So, of course they were Catholic. So even today, your baptismal records are your home church.
Sure.
So you can still go back there. And a lot of people, like my sister, got married at the church that my grandparents did in New York City. So, there's lots of family heritage there still today with Catholics. And so that led to finding out about his sons. And of course, one became an artist. And all these years later, I'm still working on Tosini. So
Are you really?
I am. This summer, I am working on his son, Baccio di Michele Tosini. And last summer, I actually attributed a painting to both Michele and Baccio in Florence, a private collector contacted me, and I said, "This has got, I think, Bacio's hand." So it's exciting. So it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just one of those projects that just kept going, and along the way there were numerous articles in a book.
Oh, well, yeah. And so the world is so much better for it, for all your work
Well,
and
he
your
was a friend of
research.
Michelangelo, so that's what kind of
Right.
probably should have led with that.
Well,
You know,
we have heard of him.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he wasn't a bad parent, but he was. But also, in looking back, going back through this book, just how prolific these artists were.
Hmm.
When you think about the size of paintings they were doing, and it's really remarkable just their ability.
Yes. Yes, and the main commissions at that point were either private devotional pieces, like this Madonna and Child with St. John the Baptist I mentioned that Penn State was able to purchase, which is like 3.5 by 2.5 feet, still something you'd hang in your home today. And then, as you said, altar pieces, which are more 6 feet by 8 feet, and then of course ceiling paintings for major
Yeah.
things such as the Sistine Chapel or a
Yeah.
private palazzo. So these were the artists from pretty much the Renaissance begins about 1401 through late Renaissance, which is kind of my area. Mannerism, we also can call it, from 1520 to about 1590, and those were the big three ways to get work as a painter.
Yeah. So much more I want to talk to you about, Heidi. Dr. Heidi Hornik here with us. I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by CTWP, your copier company with 7 locations throughout Central Texas. CTWP. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
And we're back with Dr. Heidi Hornik, who won a big accolade from Baylor University. And because of your scholarship, obviously, and your writing and all the things that professors are supposed to do, but also your teaching and mentorship. And let's talk a little bit about that. What does that aspect of your work mean to you?
It means quite a lot. And when I started at Baylor, Baylor was more of a teaching university and evolved into an R1 university, as you well know. And teaching has always been important to me, despite the fact that at Penn State, I was really trained to be both a researcher and a teacher. So I was very happy as Baylor developed and evolved into a true research university, but never lost sight of the importance of undergraduate teaching. And that's it. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what it is. And that's what we do in the Art and Art History department. I think we may be the only department that has just stayed undergraduate, because we want to focus our attention both in art history and in the studio arts on that undergraduate population, in the studio spaces and in the lecture halls. So mentoring our majors, our minors, even university scholars or people in other majors is wonderful. And so I have 2 undergraduates both finishing their honors theses and defending them later this month. And one is within the Department of Art and Art History, and the other actually is a pre-med major. So it's nice to be able to, and I think this is 17 and 18, number 17 and 18. So I love mentoring. I love helping people not only learn, but also learn how to write academic papers and do that kind of research.
Oh, and it means so much on their resume for that matter. But I guess you have some that then go on and do great things. Any kind of come to mind?
Yes, actually, two of the women that we just rehired for tenure track positions are both my former students in art history. So, and I am only one of 17 votes. So, yes, Dr. Meredith Munson is our modern and contemporary art historian. And yes, she studied with me and others, of course, at Baylor as an undergraduate, and then went on to TCU. And then went out to UC Berkeley's Graduate Theological Union, taught a few other places, and we got her back. So she is completing successfully her first year with us on tenure track, which, as you know, is 6 years. And she's doing great. And then I think a recent interviewee of yours, Dr. Geraldine Morrison.
Yes. She brought some of her pottery.
Yes. We reconnected, I
Fascinating
think, in 2017 or 2018 when I was going to Greece. And as you know, she was living there. And during COVID, I needed an extra set of hands and teaching lectors. So she came. And so she's been teaching with us since 2021, I believe, and applied for the Ancient Mediterranean position. And it was both of those searches, we had excellent candidates. So both these Baylor students rose to the top. And so she came back, of course, after her PhD and master's, and is a wonderful blend of the material culture of ceramics and art history and archaeology with some little anthropology
and a little culinary arts too thrown in there.
And her culinary arts, yes. So we're very happy to have both of them back. And just personally, again, without graduate students, this was, I've not had that privilege really to teach graduate students in some ways. And so this is kind of even better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When students leave your classroom, what do you hope stays with them long after? Because as you say, you have, pre-med majors. They're not all going to go into the art history field.
What I hope, that's a great question. What I hope they take away is the love of going to see art in person. So they're at a biomedical conference in San Francisco and they have a free afternoon. They find out where SF MoMA is, or if they can get to the Huntington collection, or if they're close, you know what I'm saying? So they look, each time they land in a city, they see what museums are around, what exhibitions or permanent collections they have, pick out what is attractive to them, and then go. And know what they're looking at, have enough background to think about a work of art in an educated way, to do some kind of analysis, remember the period, or be, have their memory jogged a little bit, but just experience the art. So at any level, that's what I hope they take away.
Yeah, but there is such deep meaning to so many, and that's what I appreciate again so much about this work that you have in as a Christian, to see these sacred works and really understand from your perspective, what we're supposed to take from this as a modern day believer and how we walk out our faith.
Yes, and that actually, I think, what was always attracted me to the Italian Renaissance and Baroque in particular. Because as a practicing Catholic growing up, and even just taking a social studies class since I think it was sophomore year of high school, that's when I went to Italy for the first time. And it was quick, 10 days, 4 cities kind of thing. But it left a lasting impression because of the religious art. And so the more I began to focus as I, matured and continued in my education, the more I realized that really was my area of calling, not just as a scholar, but as a human being, as a member of God's family on earth. And so that led to further understanding beyond just what I may have learned in Catholic school or so forth, and really kind of evolved into the relationship that I began with Mike Parsons, my husband, because our initial conversations were all about art and theology.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. Um, for someone who maybe doesn't have a background in art history, how would you help them see its relevance today?
Well, I think I was just reading, lots of people are talking about Christianity because we just, finished Easter week a week or two ago. And I think more believers are more comfortable now. And I think that's a good thing. There's an enrollment cliff, for example, coming. But I feel like Baylor is secure because of their Christian mission. Well, why? Well, because people want to be educated or want their children or grandchildren educated with a university that has all the things that other universities have, especially, athletics and wonderful housing and fantastic faculty. But we also have this bonus that guides us, which is the Christian mission.
Yeah.
So for art history, so much of it, especially before 1900, is theological in narrative, in nature, in meaning, and often in historical content, that if you have any interest at all, there's something about art history that will spark Christianity.
Yeah, yeah. What keeps you inspired year after year? You say you still go back and still working on Tocini, right?
Yes, lots of travel.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right. And you said you booked your tickets for around the world for this upcoming trip to New Zealand, huh?
I did. And part of my inspiration actually is to do something other than chair the department or teach classes. And one of the things I do is, I think you may know this, is I'm a USA swimming official. And so I go literally around the nation doing various jobs on the pool deck. And just in February, I was doing the Mountain West Championship down at the University of Houston with 8 or 9 other officials. And I've started talking about my summer. And one of them is a gentleman who does a lot of travel. He said, "Oh, you need that around the world ticket." And that's exactly what I wound up getting. Yes. So I'll start, in Dallas and go to New York. But my niece is graduating high school and then go to Rome and get to Florence by train. And that's the month for Tocini. And I'm just going to focus on Tocini and then continue on to New Zealand and have that week in University of Otago. And there's 3 other cities. So then it becomes a little bit like a little lecture tour. And I've given them 7 topics that I could talk about, and they're each picking what they would like me to lecture on.
Do you have like a favorite in all that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
I really am. My goal for June 1, before I start all of this travel, is to have those lectures done. So that's what I'm trying.
You got your work cut out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they've been lovely, and I've never been to New Zealand. I've been to Australia, but not to New Zealand.
Oh,
so
I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yes, it's going to be winter, so that'll be exciting.
In the summertime.
But yeah, and then home by way of Tahiti, but not just a stop. Not a.
So your husband going too?
He has some work at the International Society of Biblical Literature meeting in where is he going? He's going to Australia and Melbourne. So he's going to join me after that week. And so he won't be there when I'm doing the hard teaching, but then we'll do the lectures together, which is nice because I think we'll drive a little bit of it because we're starting in the South Island and going to the North Island. I think it's Christchurch, Wellington, and then Auckland, and then flying out.
Okay, so tell me about the boys.
Our sons are great. Matthew is a second year, he's the younger one. He is a second year resident at Mass General in general surgery.
Yeah, went to Harvard.
Yes, he went to Harvard undergrad and then did Harvard Med. And he was the class of 2020.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So it sounds wonderful. And, but it was a little rough. So I always say he started Harvard Medical School above my head in Waco, Texas, because they front loaded all of the lecture courses in the fall of 2020 so they wouldn't fall behind. And then they were the first batch of students vaccinated in January of 2021 in Boston and put right into the the hospitals.
Yeah.
So talk about an experience for the first year of medical school. But he's doing great, and he loves surgery. And then my oldest son, who also went to Harvard, named after his dad, Michael only Joseph Parsons. I'm going to get to see him this weekend.
Oh, good.
He is in New York City working for a company named Masterworks. So at Harvard, he was economics and history of art and architecture minor.
Okay, so the nut didn't fall too far from
not
the tree.
Not too far. And so he's working. Masterworks is a contemporary. They purchase contemporary art, and then you invest in it. And when they sell it, they're able to make a profit, and that's how you make your money.
Cool.
And that's certainly the novice's version. So I hope that's as accurate as I can make it. But he loves that, and he's head of research there. But there's a Raphael show at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So major Raphael show, 400-page catalog, meeting several friends and curators there. So I also get to see Raphael and Michael.
Oh, that's amazing. Looking ahead to further projects, what's on the horizon?
Michael Sr. and I are back writing together. We are about to send into, it's been accepted by Baylor's Press, a book based on, we're calling it tentatively, Illuminating the Lectionary. So this is very different from me. This is more geared towards an audience of pastors, of educators who want art and readings associated with the lectionary. So if your church follows the lectionary, some people don't even know, but there's ABC and all the years. And so we've separated out, it's very, very brief. There's an image on the left and a text on the right. And I think we're doing this for 75 images. And so Baylor's I think that comes out next spring of 27. So that's been fun to get back working with Mike again.
Yeah.
And then as I said, I've always got Tozzini on my mind. So looking forward to
country song maybe in there.
Maybe.
I got Tozzini on my mind. Oh man. Well, it's just awesome. You're not letting grass grow under your feet for sure. But I have missed seeing you and being with you. And so this has been a delight for me to get to catch up and to say congratulations on this wonderful recognition, which certainly is well-deserved. And all the great things ahead for you.
Well, Anne, as always, you are so gracious. And thank you for inviting me. Thank you for talking about what I've been doing and asking even about my son.
Well,
you are that lovely of
your
an individual.
Christmas card. I mean, I always look forward to your. I'm not that good about getting Christmas cards out myself, but also any of your books can be found where?
They're all on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Heidi J. Hornik, Hornik, and I highly recommend this one. I mean, I've just loved going back and rereading it. With my magnifying glass in hand, but it's been awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Hello, everybody. You know, there's something really special when women can come together and talk and the walls come down and real community can begin to happen. And for so many moms, that really does not happen often enough. So Waco Moms is here to help remedy the situation. And I'm delighted to have Sarah Nelson here with us. And Sarah, you created Waco Moms, or were part of a move. How many years ago now?
It began 9 years ago, and I was invited to be a contributing writer at the time because I was getting into some writing and was invited. And so I've done PR consulting, media interviews with them and alongside them for a really long time, in addition to writing for them. And then in 2024, it was presented to me, do you want to own Waco Moms? And so it was a natural step. I took ownership, and we're really excited about the momentum we've had in the last couple of years. We're growing, and women are excited. Waco's continuing to grow, and the need continues to grow.
Well, and it's a wonderful resource for moms. When I had young kiddos at home, when my boys were younger, I mean, it would have been a lovely thing to be able to tap into. But what you've done is kind of create opportunities for community through your coffee and community, or community and coffee. Do I have it backwards?
Coffee and community.
Okay.
Yes, we have it once a month.
That's once a month. But this month you've got something very special, an evening event.
Yes, we have our annual Moms Night Out, which we have every spring. And so it is our big event. You know, with coffee and community, the moms bring their kids. We have moms who homeschool kids. They bring their kids with them who are school-aged. And Mom's Night Out event is just for the moms. This is a night for the moms to get away. It's a night for the moms to treat themselves, to be pampered. We have all kind of amazing things in store. We have a DJ. This year's theme is called Sip and Shop. Or no, Sip and Style, Sip and Style, because they can come and shop. So we have hors d'oeuvres, beverages, we have mocktails, cocktails, things that they can enjoy just to relax and have a night for themselves.
Now, this is coming up on the 30th of the month. So
it
later
is.
this month. So normally you don't do evening events, right?
We are trying to do more evening events, but this is our one big annual evening, our biggest event that we put on each year. So our coffee and community is typically in the morning, the last Tuesday or Wednesday every month from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Our next one is April 29th. And
it's just the day before.
It's just the day before. So there's nothing like having two events back to back.
Yeah.
But it's great for the moms. They can come to coffee and community, bring their kids one morning on that Wednesday, April 29th, and then they can have fun on April 30th and come with a group of friends, sans kids, and really just have a time to feel rejuvenated and get away and treat themselves.
Well, you mentioned the shopping. So what kinds of, do you have a list of vendors who are going to be showing merchandise?
We do. We have boutiques, we have services, we have med spas, we have things that moms like. You know, we have ways, and we're putting the list together. We're keeping it a surprise until a reveal that we have at the beginning. But we want them to know that there are going to be vendors in place that are going to be fun and are going to treat them and allow them just to have a good time. Last year we had a salon come that did free hair touch-up, free makeup touch-ups.
Really?
And so those are the kind of the things along the lines that we're going to do again this year.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I mean, it doesn't matter what age you are. I love getting makeup tips. You know, ideas of different ways, maybe to do the eyes or whatever.
Yes. And, you know, as moms, we don't always have time to focus on those things. We're always in a rush trying to kind of put ourselves together very quickly. And so, yes, there are going to be boutiques, and Kendra Scott will be there. So things that they can shop for that they enjoy.
Yeah.
But there are going to be free things for them, like we talked about, free makeup touch-ups, free hair touch-ups, just ways to pamper them and make them feel special.
Oh, very good. So this is, this is different than having coffee with a friend.
Yes.
That's just a little more, huh?
Yes, there's going to be a DJ,
Yeah.
hors d'oeuvres. It's kind of like a big party. It's casual, it's fun. They can dress up, they can come in pajamas, they can come as they are. We don't really care.
Come in pajama. All right, that's good.
I mean, they can. I mean, most women like to come and dress up and feel like they're going out on the town for a night,
Yeah.
but it's still comfortable. It's fun. Sometimes they'll go to dinner with friends and then show up for mocktails or cocktails, special hors d'oeuvres that we have catered to what we like as women, and just to enjoy and have a night.
Yeah. So the location will
It's
be
going
where?
to be at the Pavilion in the Arboretum in Woodway.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. And they can go and buy tickets at thewacomoms.com. And we have something special we've always done every year. We have a VIP ticket, and you pay a little more, but with that comes a nice size swag bag. I can tell you we have a med spa that's putting gift cards in the swag bag. We have lots of different skincare products. I used to own a skincare company. I love
That's
skincare.
right, you did,
I
yeah.
did. And women love that stuff. And we want to self-care. If you ask women, one of the number one topics that they want to talk about, it is self-care. Every single time. And there are a lot of topics that we as moms want to hone in on and discuss and learn more about, where we garner resources. But they're so interested because they want to be able to take care of themselves too. And there is very little time for that. So we have the type of self-care items in this swag bag that they're going to want to take part of. One thing that we are doing this year that we've never done before, we also have just a regular price ticket. This year, it is coming with a mini size box bag, and it will have 1 or 2 items that they can take home with them that will fall under that category as well.
And I would guess you're having door prizes.
We absolutely have door prizes. Again, we have some raffles that have been sponsored by some med spas, some that they will like. We have Kendra Scott that will be donating items. We have jewelry. We have a huge skincare kit from Beauty Bio, which is one of my favorite skincare companies out of Dallas.
Yeah.
And they are incredible. They have some patents on some recently, kind of the microneedling patent on a device that's been really popular in the past few years. And so they have donated an entire skincare line that is going to be raffled off to a winner.
I'm sure that's worth a lot of money.
It's worth a lot of money. I
Yeah.
was so grateful for the opportunity really to introduce this product to
Sure.
Waco women. We don't have a big line that they carry in our local Ulta. And I think it's a top line that I tell women about all the time. And so I'm glad to be able to introduce this company to them.
Oh, this is exciting. So are you going to have any other elements like speakers or that kind of thing?
No, we just let this be a night where they have fun. They listen to music. They can come and go. They can stay all night. They can dance. I think this year we have a woman who wants to come in and do some salsa dance teaching.
Oh, good.
And so they can shop. They can do a salsa dance
How fun.
lesson if they want, or they can just kind of hop on in and dance the night away.
So what are some of the common themes? I mean, you mentioned self-care, the concerns that you're hearing from moms these days.
Well, like I said, the number one subject in the last survey we took was self-care. The biggest need that I see is connection to other people.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a digital age where women will go to Facebook, they'll go to Instagram looking for answers that are very, very personal. And so what we have done is we want to create human connection. And that's what we do through our monthly and annual events. Because we know that, yes, we are a digital platform and company that offers guides and resources on our website, our social media, our newsletter, and through events in person. But we want to help women to know where to connect to each other and where they can connect and have human relationships within our community of Waco, whether that's finding a church, a small group, maybe that's a resource that we offer. And we have a guide. We have lots of guides women can go check out. But one of the things that we do for them is we have guides of places to find a pediatrician. That's a new guide coming out. We have a dentist and pediatric dentist and orthodontic guide. Our summer camp guide for this year is already the #1 guide that women go to for 2026. It was our #1 guide for 2024 and 2025. Women use our trusted resource to plan for their families.
And now is the time to make those plans.
Yes, yes. Registrations are already open.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have partners like McLennan College and McLennan Community College. They offer so many programs and resources for kids that we are getting into the hands of parents, whether it's spring break, spring, summer. And we also have partners like Baylor, Scott and White. You know, McLean Children just opened up a new pediatric center.
Yes, they did.
Close to where we live.
Yeah.
And so we are making sure that parents and that moms and the families have the resources at their fingertips, not just to have that personal connection, but also to know where do I go to find these solutions here in Waco.
So much more I want to talk to Sarah Nelson about Waco Moms and some of the opportunities that moms have to gather together to create those great bonds that are so important for our mental and emotional health. But I want to tell you today's show is brought to you by Alan Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. They are your friend in the car business. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we're here with Sarah Nelson, and it's always a delight to have you here to chat about the passion you have for fellow moms who are, life is different for your generation than when my kids were little. I mean, the challenges are so much greater. The things that our kids are facing are so much more dramatic, it seems like. So why is it so important then that women have each other to kind of depend on?
I think one of the things is they need to know that what they're going through is normal.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, it is for our emotional, mental, and spiritual well-beings. I think sometimes when we are isolated, whether it's being a parent, a marriage, a friendship, sometimes if we're isolated, we think this is a problem that I alone am going through. But when we get together, we realize that moms are facing the same things that we are at our home. And we can talk about it, what's helped them. They can connect with each other, maybe give advice, maybe just share a story that's encouraging to another mom. Maybe they've found a resource, maybe they found a counselor or a therapist that has helped meet their need. And just that referral or word of encouragement can make that connection and help someone else.
Yeah, I don't know how people get through the really terrible things that happen in life that happen to everyone without
Community.
a tribe, without
Yes, you have
people to go, church. I really don't know how they do it without church, without a spiritual basis. But
Right. Well, I know you and I both deeply believe that we
Yeah.
are not meant to live alone. We are
No.
meant to live in community with other people. We are meant to encourage and be encouraged and live life together. We cannot isolate ourselves. And being a mom sometimes does that. We get into this routine, maybe for a while when they're young babies, we're homebound to nap time and feeding schedules. And I think that that's when it can feel so isolating. And if you don't act intentionally, it's hard to break out of that. And so friendships are so very, very important to our well-being. We can't lose connection with people just because we're a mom. We have to have friendships.
Yeah.
And I know my friendships have been so valuable to me. I've learned so much as a mom by the friendships that I've had with other moms. And we've walked through life together, which is extremely important.
Yeah. I mean, I think of friends that we're still very close to
Yes.
today that
Yes.
our kids are now in their mid 40s. Okay.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we're still very close because we went through the whole potty training thing together. I mean,
Yes.
we still refer to one time where we were just, oh, what are we going to, and we all kind of decided, you know what? Let's just put this on the shelf.
Yes. Yes.
I won't be the only person with 2 kids in diapers. It's okay.
That's right. And that's the thing is, you're not the only one. That is
Yeah,
the message
that
as
is
a
the
mom that
thing.
you need to hear. You are not the only one. You are not the only one when your child throws a tantrum in a public place. You are not the only one that really doesn't want to potty train.
Yeah.
And you want to kick it down the road. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
It really
They're
is
not
okay.
going to hold on to a pacifier forever. At some point, they will put on underoos and they will go to kindergarten. And it's not, these seasons do not last. And so we have to think about that. You know, if these seasons don't last, we don't have to be so stressed out in the moment. And
Yeah.
we can look at them for what they are and have more appreciation in the moments. And I think perspective brings that.
Oh, yes, it certainly does. I remember a picture of my firstborn with this teddy bear he loved. I thought, well, you know, and he was getting on. I thought, he's probably not going to take that to Baylor with him. And sure enough, he didn't.
Yeah, right.
But I know some kids do take their stuffed toy with them to Baylor, so I guess it's okay.
Yes, you know what? It's okay. And I just think it's a time where women just need encouragement. Women
Yeah.
need encouragement from other women. They just need to have fun. They need
Right.
friendships. We need conversation.
Yes.
Conversation is so important in how we express ourselves, just to be able to laugh, to understand, to support. And I think the other thing that community brings is we have something to offer other people. I think sometimes we can be so self-focused that will stress us out. When we can look at someone else and think, I need to take them a meal. They just had a baby or they had a medical situation. When you are serving or encouraging other people, that is a place of healing and a place of, it's a turning point mentally and emotionally. It's a turning point in our perspective where we think we are giving to someone else. We have a purpose outside of just ourself, where it turns us from a place of selfishness to a place of selflessness. And I think that that's a really important piece of our mental health.
Yeah, and the whole concept of mentoring is important too, because no matter what stage in life, they have something they can give to someone else in the form of mentoring, I think.
Yeah, and this isn't actually meant to be a plug. There is another organization called MomCo. It used to be MOPS, it's MomCo, and I collaborate with them. They have
Okay.
incredible women. They currently meet out of Lorena Baptist Church, and they meet like every other week, and they have moms of kids, I guess that used to be moms of preschoolers. Now it's, I think, moms of kids from K through 12 and maybe beyond. But the whole idea is they'll meet in tables every week. They bring breakfast, so they have adult conversation, they have food, and they have a mentor mom at your table, someone who's seasoned, who's lived life ahead of you. And so there are these groups that we try to connect women to. It's not just, hey, come be a part of Waco Moms. We want them to be a part, but we are a catalyst and a starting ground to then connecting them into areas, nonprofit organization, Bible studies, small groups, churches, and organizations that are there for them and that create additional community that extends beyond coffee and community.
Well, and that's what's so beautiful about what you have with Waco Moms is it is a resource for folks as well to be able to plug into the community, because I'm sure you're seeing a lot of people are moving to this area.
Yes. Every event we have, every month at Coffee and Community, every Mom's Night Out, I will have at least a handful of women show up who are new to the area. They've just moved to Waco, or they're new to motherhood. They know no one, and they've come to Coffee and Community, or they come to Mom's Night Out to specifically make friends. And I have to just brag on the community of women that come regularly. They're incredible because I'm hosting an event and it's fun for me to get to know women. But it's also fun for me to walk up to a woman who has been there on a regular basis and say, let me introduce you to someone new. And every time I have, they've welcomed her, they've exchanged numbers, and it gets to a place where now I'm seeing these women meet regularly. They're coming every month as a group. They met at Coffee and Community, and now their group comes and they meet every month, and they're welcoming new people in and doing the same thing for them. And so it's really meaningful to watch.
Oh, that is so fun. Well, and of course, we've been talking about what's coming up later this month, and that's your Coffee and Community,
Yes.
and that is the 29th.
Yes, it is.
And that will be where?
It will be at Common Grounds Woodway.
Okay. All right. Very good. Wonderful place.
Yes.
For coffee.
Yes. And it has
great.
a fun outdoor porch
Yeah.
area. The weather should be beautiful.
Kids
if it's
are
raining, it's
fun
covered.
running around. Yeah.
Yes. It's a great place for the kids to run around. And yes, and then we'll have the next night, we'll have our annual Moms Night Out.
Yeah. And it's in downtown Waco at the Palladium.
The pavilion in Woodway. Yes. At
Oh,
the
no.
Arboretum.
Yeah, I
yes.
had the Palladium in my head.
Yes.
Yes. And you said pavilion.
Pavilion
Exactly. It's in
the
Woodway.
Arboretum.
You're right.
Yes. And the city of Woodway has partnered with us this year, and they have tons of events going on for families, just to put that in there. But they have partnered with us to provide the pavilion for our annual event. We are so grateful for that.
Oh, it is beautiful, and it's easy to get to, park.
There's
and
easy
all
to
that.
get to, easy to park. It's from 7 to 10.
Yeah.
And we have lots of great prizes. We have lots of great shopping. We have lots of fun freebies.
And there's no charge, or are there tickets?
There are tickets.
Okay.
So you can purchase a regular $35 ticket, or you can purchase a VIP ticket, which comes with a very large swag bag of items at $75.
Okay, but the coffee is free.
The
day
coffee
before.
is always free.
Yeah, and you do that every month.
Every month. It's the last week of every month, either on the last Tuesday or the last Wednesday of every month, depending on the location.
So with that, you just need to check your website.
Yes, so our website is thewacomoms.com. And what's great is we have a calendar feature where they can go to our calendar. They can look at all of our upcoming events. Moms can also go and look at other events that are going on around town that are specifically for families, events that are easy to get to. Like I said, City of Woodway and Waco have family events each month that are easy, they're accessible. Most of them are free. Some of them have small charges, but it's just a great resource to see everything that's available.
Yeah, and you have some wonderful sponsors. You want to talk about your sponsors?
Yes. So one of our big sponsors for Moms Night Out is Premier ER and Urgent Care. They have an annual partnership with us. And later in the fall, we'll be doing another family lunch. We'll talk about that, in the next few months in 2026. But they really are an incredible resource for families. When you have a sick child, when you have an emergency, and they have partnered with us because they understand the value of making sure our families know where those resources exist.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're helping sponsor our Moms Night Out, and we're really grateful.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I know you can't do without support from wonderful businesses and professional.
And we have Kendra Scott. We have other med spas that I can't really talk about yet, but we have a lot of different goodies that moms love. And so we're excited to be able to offer that.
Yeah. Okay. And so the Mom's Night Out is just for moms. We're gonna get a babysitter that night, right?
It is just for moms.
So
No kids.
Yeah, no kids at that. Coffee, they are welcome to come.
Always welcome.
Yeah,
yes.
and give them a little coffee.
Yes.
Have them be wired.
Yes. And, we have just special events and things coming up. If you know a mom, this is always a great way to maybe offer a ticket as a gift.
Yeah.
There's never a bad time just to tell someone, hey, I was just thinking of you and I thought this might be a fun night out for you.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is great. So I think we've kind of covered most everything. I just want to know what has community meant to you personally in your walk as a mom?
It's meant everything.
Yeah.
I think that it has helped me grow as a woman to understand that my approach to parenting is really just based upon my background and my own personality, and having the opportunity to get to know women who have other backgrounds. Maybe they approach it just because their personality is very different than mine. I've grown so much because I've watched other people do things differently. Maybe I needed to change an approach. Maybe I needed to expand my thought process. I've grown as a person, just learning to connect to other women who might have different thoughts, different beliefs, different ways of approaching life, different ways of approaching motherhood. And I think that's really valuable. It's actually helped me to be able to serve and do some of the things that I do now. Had I not had community as a mom, had I not had the opportunity to get to know other moms and see the way they handle things, I do not believe I would connect to women maybe as well as I do now. Not that we're always good at it, but I feel like that's helped me to grow in that area.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful what you have continued with Waco Moms, and you can find through your website, and you have like a regular blog or newsletter,
yes.
or things with articles and all that sort of thing.
Absolutely. We have guides that are always listed on our website 24/7. We have a guide to pediatric dentists and orthodontists. We have our summer camp guide. We have guides to spring activities, spring break activities that we just had was very popular. We just issued our egg hunt guide that women go to. We have our fall guide, our summer activities guide. We're opening up a new pediatric guide so that moms know who are the new pediatricians that are taking patients here in Waco. That's a big question we get all the time. So our guides are endless, and they can go to thewacomoms.com. We have blogs of encouragement. And we also partner with the Wacoan. One of our contributors each month writes for the Wacoan.
Good.
And on a subject of motherhood. And so, back to your question of what have I learned the most, I think the thing that I can offer now to women who are not yet to my stage of life is the fact that I now understand what their needs are, and we can cater to those needs. But that's why we also need women of all ages. I'm kind of in the middle now. I have teenagers, and there are women who go before me that now are empty nesters or grandparents, and there's so much to glean from their experience as well. And so we need women of all ages to be involved, and we welcome it.
Yeah, it's all the stages of life are beautiful. And of course, what you're doing is just such a wonderful reminder that we're not meant to live life alone. And so often families, are spread out all over the country because of jobs and whatever. And there used to be that built-in setup or framework. And sadly, a lot of people don't have that anymore.
In the history of civilization, families still lived close by. Even my mom's family growing up, she saw her grandmother every day who dropped by the house. She would go with her grandmother on errands. They all lived within a 5-mile radius. And I remember her telling a story of when her older sister moved to 21 minutes away. It was a big deal for their family. She was so far. And now we live in a life where my sister lives in California. I have another sister in Midland, which is like living in a different state. If we're being honest, it's very far away. Fortunately, we have both sets of parents that actually retired from the cities and moved to Waco. And so that's been such a beautiful thing that we've had for our family. But so many families are spread out. And so we do need community for the support. We're not meant to do it alone.
Well, again, you've got some wonderful opportunities. If you're just kind of used to sitting at home and doing your thing, break out of that shell. Make plans to go to Mom's Night Out, or just try out the coffee. And meet some friends over a cup of coffee.
Bring friends with you. You don't have to show up alone, but if you do, you will meet a friend that day.
You will make a friend. All right. Thank you. See, I'm blessed to call you my friend.
Thank you. I feel the same.
Good to have you here. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.